In this video we are going to finish the concrete work on our barn project. We are going to assess the damage from a surprise storm that came rolling by, and we witnessed something truly spectacular across the skies. For those that are new here, my name is Eirik. Me and my wife bought this 100-year-old farm about 10 years ago. The buildings were left in a terrible condition and the land had not been farmed in more than 50 years. But worst of all, the once so magnificent barn had completely collapsed. We have started our biggest project yet, to rebuild this barn. Our goal for this farm is to rebuild it back to its former glory and to make it into a fully functional family farm for us and our 2 children. Today, towards the end of the video, we are going to share some big news with you, so make sure you don't miss it. You are watching Norwegian Farm Life. It's a beautiful fall day early in October. Our old cat Jasmine still refused to go into the house due to our new kitten Dora. Since the weather is getting cold, we need to give her an alternative place to keep warm. We need to get on with the concrete work on our barn so that we can make a level base finished before the frost comes. I have not completed the frame for this back wall on purpose, so that I could do some final measuring to get the base as square as possible. The last frame is not going to be as wide as the others, because there's going to be a gap there between the stone wall and the cladding. We know that the old barn was built this way. Some of the stones on the last wall is too tall for the frame. They are either poking over the edge or they are so close that the concrete layer would be really thin. So we need to remove them. Since they are way too large for me to move, I need to break them up a bit. I am having engine problems with one of the cars. The RPM is fluctuating a lot and that makes the car a complete nightmare to drive. I figured out that the culprit is probably the diesel regulation valve on the diesel pump. I've seen on YouTube that these can be cleaned. This is of course a complete nightmare to get to. I can't get any proper tools on there, so I will try with an Allen key and a mirror. I truly hate to work on newer cars as everything is so difficult to reach. If this was a tractor, it would be so easy. The screws are completely stuck and I am just ruining them. I think by now the only way I can get this off is if I take off the diesel pump or drop the engine. I need this car for work tomorrow, so that's not an option. I think I will leave this up to the mechanics to deal with. Back to the wall. It's a beautiful morning, but it's cold, below freezing cold in fact. And that means that the window we have to finish up the last wall is about to close, so we need to crack on. This last stone is so big that I cannot break it, but it's just below the edge, so I think we will be fine. One of our sheep is in the garden and has discovered our chicken feeder. This gate has seen better days, and it's difficult to lock, so one of our sheep has figured out that it gives enough to let her through. It's on my list to fix, but for now we need to prioritize getting the concrete work done. The chicken we hatched earlier this year has started to lay eggs. We chose a blend of mixed breeds to get a wide color range, and it's paying off. Later in the evening I discovered something really weird across the skies. It was a red light I've never seen before. It was a red northern light. I truly wish I had a better camera so I could capture this without all the ISO noise. I've seen northern light before, but I've never seen this red kind. It's morning and it's cold. I can see white on the top of the mountain. My family has been on fall vacation at my parents-in-law's cabin, while I've been at work and tending the animals in the afternoon. It's been no time left for the barn this past week. Since our other car is still at the shop, I need to go and pick them up. There is a mountain pass on the way and I don't want to drive there with the summer tires. In Norway you are obligated by law to drive with snow or winter tires if the condition tells. And I don't want to risk anything with my family in the car, so we need to swap. Time to go and get my family home. My family is home and so is the other car. After a lot of fault searching, they found out that the problems was caused by the diesel regulation valve. They wanted to try out some cleaning substance in the diesel to see if that would help. They also found some other stuff to fix, so I had to part with 10,000 Norwegian crowns or about $1,000. This car also needs winter tires. Finally, we can get back to the barn. The weather is just getting worse and worse, so I took a break. I suspect that we don't have enough concrete for the last walls, so I've been shopping. It's a new morning and today is my day of work. The sun has just started to creep down from the top of the mountain and the birds in the trees are promising a fantastic day. Let's get on with the wall. The frame is ready, but we cannot start today as we have an appointment this afternoon. Instead, I'm using the leftover time to clear away tools I no longer need. It's morning and today it's going to happen. Since I drove by the hardware store yesterday, I filled the car up again. I would rather have too much than too little. I'm having a problem. This form isn't strong enough and it is about to break. I managed to stabilize it, but this part won't be straight. It's late, the sun is about to set and I'm out of concrete. It's Saturday evening and all the hardware stores are closed. That means that we will have a weakness in the concrete, but that cannot be helped. I am exhausted and a bit disappointed, but that's life. Two days later, I came home from work to a chaotic scene. A surprise storm came rolling in over the farm with little to no pre-notice in the forecast. The high winds had lifted the chicken tractor and moved it several hundred meters and smashed the building into the fence. This is going to need a lot of repairs before we can use it again. It's just falling apart as I try to move it, so I will leave this for now. The empty concrete bags are scattered all over the farm. This is going to take some time. A sad sight met us in the barn. The tent is completely ripped apart. I don't think I can fix this. Luckily, we took most of the tools in, but there are still some left. It looks like the drill still works. During the spring, we started to fortify this greenhouse, but I never finished the roof. At least all the plates we did secure are still there. I once again filled the car up with what I hope is enough concrete to finish the walls. The storm has filled the farm up with leaves. At this point I'm starting to get worried. I only have 2 bags left and it's going to get very close. This is just what I needed. I managed to tip over the bucket. This is it, the last bucket, and it's not enough. I'm adding in stones in the hope that I can make this last. I've been messing around with this for a while now and the concrete is starting to set, so I cannot do anything more. This is it. It's truly annoying that I couldn't fill in the corners, but it won't be visible when the building is finished. The concrete has hardened and I'm almost happy with the result. The surface is a bit rough as we had to mess around so much with adding stones as the concrete was setting. The missing corner is also annoying, but is only cosmetic, so I'm not going to try to fix it. This is going to be a barn after all. So what's the next step on this project? Well, first of all, I need to complete the drawings so I can send in the building application. I should probably have done that a long time ago, but all of my free time has gone to getting the concrete work done before the frost hits. I think the processing time for a building application is about 3 months. The next step on this building is to set up a wooden frame. As I mentioned in an earlier video, we have ordered that from a company that specializes in an old Norwegian building technique called grindabygg. That is the same building style as the original barn. Grindabygg is a style where the beams are locked together with each other and traditionally fastened by wooden bolts. The builder will complete the frame at his workshop, so when it arrives at our farm it's very quick to set up. On the last video we had tons of comments. We are so grateful that so many of you reached out to us. I would like to answer each and every one of them, but I just can't. And what I can promise is that we read every single one. While reading the comments, I see that I need to clear away some misunderstandings. Many were concerned about the structural integrity of the walls. I appreciate your concern, and I should probably have mentioned that we have had this wall inspected by an expert before we started this project. We have some big news for you. Many have asked us to release videos more often, and now we are going to do that. Instead of one video a month, we are going to release a new video every 3 weeks. The reason we can do this is because the channel has grown so much lately. We have also brushed the dust of our Instagram account, Norwegian Farm Life. So if you want to stay up to date with what's going on in between videos and watch extra content, link is in the description. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next video. It's completely free and you don't commit to anything. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be seeing you on our next video. Bye for now.